Absalom. That's a talebearer. Look what she said. Look what she did. And they trusted you with this. And they said, man, how did that get out? You got to just research it. Go back to the one you first said it to. Yes, he did. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him.
Don't hate your brother. Because they did something to hurt you, don't hate them. You ain't got to sit up there and be around them. You got hate in your heart, you going to hell. If you hate somebody, that's just like you're a murderer in God's eye. Don't carry that grudge on you like that. Let it go. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not offend.
If you don't repent. You ain't just like you did, oh, I hate one time, I'm going in. No. If you repent and work on it, all these things are big. You got to read this stuff and work on it. Everybody.
That's right.
Everybody. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not offend, not bear any grudge against the children of thy people. But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord.
Don't have no grudge. Don't hold it. We talked about that previously, about love and grudge. You got to understand, what is love? Love is keeping the law. I ain't got to have no feeling for you to feed you. I ain't got to be like, oh, I just like him. Believe me, if I have to do that, I won't give nobody no money. I won't feed nobody. But because God say, love them. Don't love them with your mouth. Love them by action. Somebody did you something, somebody did you wrong. He said, I'm holding grudge because she took my boyfriend when I was in 7th grade. All this stuff. Some people hold this stuff. Hold it. Now that this person that took your boyfriend 7th grade, they come and say, I need your help. And you saying to yourself, what in the world? I'm saying to myself, what in the world you holding grudge on this lady for? Oh, she took my boyfriend when I was in 7th grade. How that sound? That ain't no love. That you still a child, you thinking like that. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 19. Ye shall keep thy statutes. Thou shalt not let thy cattle gender with a diverse kind.
He said, he said, you should keep my statutes. This is what he told us to keep. These are the instructions. Don't let your animals, you got a farm, keep them separate. Keep cows with cows, dogs with the dogs, all this separate. Because these folks today doing a whole lot of weird stuff with creating different kind of animals. A liger, all this stuff. Well, I ain't gonna say, but he's a cat too. But anyway, they experiment with lottery, a lot of stuff how they try to connect these different type of beasts together. But go ahead.
Thou shalt not sow thy field with mingled seed.
You know what mingled seed is? You don't supposed to have, you don't sow your seed. If you got a farm, you keep enough distance between your crop. If you got tomatoes over here and watermelons over here, you don't grow them together. They might come up with a diverse or different type of breed of fruit, and that defiles the fruit. So you keep it separate. Now your grandma said, y'all keep the rows clean now. Y'all don't let them greens go with them peas.
Yeah.
If you're old enough to remember that. But go ahead.
Finish in 19. Neither shall a garment mingle of linen and woolen come upon thee.
This is talking about your clothing. You don't supposed to have mingled, like you got 80-50, 80 cotton, 50 polyester. You're supposed to wear 100%, whatever is wool or whatever is cotton, whatever it is. All this stuff you're supposed to wear 100%. But these people making these garments together with different type of fabric and material. This is what these nations have done. They ain't followed this. Now all this stuff we saying now, don't try to take it upon yourself and say, I got to do it all the way right. It's going to take some time. Because I was sure looking through my closet. I said, man, this ain't 100%. That ain't 100%. Ain't. So we got some work to do. That's why I want to do this. 613 laws. There's a lot of laws in here. And when God said the books were open, and they would judge out the books, he going right to here. Leviticus, Deuteronomy. That's what he means. And then he going to go and see what your action word was according to his law. If you don't know this, if I ain't preaching this, I'm all the way in too deep. He going to deal with me harshly. But go ahead, listen what he say here.
Verse 20.
And I ain't even got, go ahead.
And whosoever lie carnally with a woman, that is a bondmaid, betrothed to an husband, and not at all redeemed nor freedom given her, she shall be scourged. They shall not be put to death because she was not free.
This is the thing about a lot of bondsmen, slave women. And these men will take these slave women and lay with them. You don't supposed to do that. But go ahead. This is what for our slave masters. And the ones that owned slaves back then before. Israel owned slaves too now. That's another lesson. But go ahead.
And he shall bring his trespass offering unto the Lord, unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, even a ram for a trespass.
See, this is the part of the law that you don't have to do. Bringing a trespass offering, a blood sacrifice to the congregation, or to the priest. You don't have to do that. But if you don't write the divide, you throw all we just read about, honor to not being a talebearer, holding grudge against your children. You throw all that away. And all that stuff you throw away, you will be judged for it. I will be judged for it. Go ahead.
22. And the priest shall make an atonement for him with the ram of the trespass offering before the Lord for his sins which he has done. And the sin which he has done shall be forgiven him. And when ye shall come into the land and shall have planted all manner of trees for food, then ye shall count the fruit thereof as uncircumcised. 3 years shall it be as uncircumcised unto you. It shall not be eaten of. So
when you come, when you growing a crop, or when these people grow a crop, they supposed to, when you come into that land, if you just buying it, you don't supposed to eat the fruit off that tree for 3 years. That wouldn't be uncircumcised. Keep it on there, so it can grow to be mature. That's what I think it is. Grow to be mature in 3 years, and on the 4th year, then you can do it. Then you can eat of it. These are the things that these men that is in power supposed to be following. That's why all this stuff is polluted now.
That's right.
All of it. You got fruit out there that don't have seeds in it. If it ain't got seeds in it, it's generic. It's generic. They're making this stuff up. We ain't eating food no more. A lot of the stuff we eating is not food. That's why you have so many diseases, so many people dying, because they're not following these laws. Y'all remember a while back they were talking about clone meat? You don't hear that no more, do you? Yeah, because they said we're gonna put this on the market. They were cloning sheep, all this stuff. You think they ain't cloning a cow? A pig? Man, they got too much of that meat around here.
You see this correct?
Yep, all that stuff. But go ahead, brother. Yes, sir.
But in the 4th year, all the fruit thereof shall be holy to praise the Lord with them.
So on the 4th year, the fruit will be holy then, because God gonna bless it. Jump down to verse 26. Go ahead.
Ye shall not eat anything with the blood, neither shall ye use enchantment, nor observe time.
Oh, I want my steak medium rare. I like a little my steak medium rare. I want a little bloody, just a little bit in there. I don't want it cooked well.
That's right.
This is what you're talking about right here. You're eating the bloody. You're not supposed to eat no type of blood.
That's
period.
Right.
Everything is supposed to be well done. None whatsoever. It's a certain law you got to go by this food. And he said enchantments no observable time. These people doing witchcraft. Witchcraft. And it's observable time, talking about all these times they put up that we supposed to observe. Like they got one coming up this week. Thanksgiving. You see what I'm saying? You don't even supposed to be observing the time for that. Because it's not written in the book. Now you're going to observe Thanksgiving, but you ain't going to observe the Passover or the Feast of Unleavened Bread or the Day of Atonement. You ain't going to observe all that, but you say, man, they cooking. We cooking too. Man, God, they going to have all the turkey dress on the table. All right. God looking at it. When the book's open, you can say, you heard that what Jeff said, right? I didn't put no Thanksgiving in the book. But go ahead.
Verse 27. Ye shall not round the corners of your head, neither shall thou mar the corners of thy beard.
Well, this all gonna mess me up right here, because I said, man, I got to find me another profession. Being a barber. When he said you should not round the corner, I'm thinking you can't cut none of your hair. And you either marring the side of your beard. Now marring the side of the beard means destroying the hair follicles on your face so your beard won't go back. Or hair on your face. How most people get this laser surgery to keep this hair from growing. That's marring. Back in the day, it was African people used to take like the pins and stick it in their face and mutilate the skin so the hair wouldn't grow back. All this stuff. And the corners of your head, destroying your hair on your head. Now I said, man, I can't find nothing about the corners of the head. But then I went back to Job. Well, hold your spot right there. We coming back. Let's go to Job chapter 1. Hold your spot right there. I'm coming right back and read Job chapter 1 and verse 20. Because I said, man, it got to be a sin if Job did it. Now this is what Job did. God said he didn't sin at all. So this lets me know this marring in the corner of your head is something different. Job chapter 1 and verse 20. You got a lot of Hebrews and I can't think of you can't shave your head, you can't shave your beard off. Let's see what Job did. Verse 20, Job chapter 1 verse 20, go ahead.
Then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshipped.
He shaved his head, go ahead.
And said, naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord.
See, a lot of people say, man, Job go crazy, right? He's speaking out of their head. Job know who did this to him. He knew it. He said, I'm not going to take this offense on God. He said, it must be something that what's going on in my household, he had to clean up. Remember his wife said, you need to curse God and die.
That's right.
He said, you speak like a foolish woman. Shall we receive the goodness of God, not the bad?
That's right.
That's foolish. Verse 22, listen to what he say right here.
In all this Job sinned not charged God foolishly.
All this he did, shaved his head, didn't sin at all, or charged him foolish. There's many more scriptures in here about that, about shaving. Even Paul shaved his head. You got certain Levitical priests who when they purify themselves, they had to shave all the hair off your head and all that stuff. That's not a sin if you shave your beard or shave your head. Let's go back to Leviticus chapter 19. So I know y'all been listening to them Hebrews. I know y'all been listening to them. This is the reason why this is the reason why I'm doing this lesson. But Jeff over there cutting hair. He's sinning. He cutting his hair. I knew about this a long time ago. This man had messed me up, boy. Where we at? Verse 28. Go ahead.
Ye shall not make any cutting in your flesh for the dead, nor printing in marks upon you. I am the Lord.
So you shouldn't be getting no tattoos. You shouldn't be piercing your ears. You shouldn't be piercing nothing. This is what the Lord said. He said, cut it right. If you pierce something, you cut it right. Okay. Go ahead.
Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness.
And they prostitute their daughter. Oh, she can have a boyfriend. They can go out and have a little time. What time they had? Yeah, she can stay out 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning with her boyfriend. They got a little hotel room. You prostitute your daughter if you let her do that. You prostitute her. This is not a husband that she betrothed to or she engaged to. There's certain things that you have to go through, protocol. If you let your daughter do that, you make it out of a whore. You start it up. Oh, I'm going to give her some birth control pills so she can maintain her period. Huh? She going to say, man, why don't I take it in? I might well test it out. What you doing? Why you giving her birth control pill? For what? If she don't smoke, be sexually active. Nah, I just don't want to make a mistake. A mistake? You gonna help her? Go ahead.
Verse 30. Ye shall keep my Sabbath and reverence my sanctuary. I am the Lord.
This is, he keep the Sabbath. This is what we're doing today. Go ahead.
Regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God.
Ooh, boy, I heard from grandma last night. I have a good talk with grandma last night on my bed. How long your grandma been dead? 20 years? How you talking to her? You dealing with a familiar spirit, an evil spirit.
That's right.
Because these spirits, just where you got the good angel hooked to you, you got an evil angel too. And he lives with this person for years and years till they die. And he's very familiar with them. It's only you and your grandma know this, so you think, but that familiar spirit know it too. My grandma, she the only one know that. I know it, that was her talking to me. Jeff, I don't care what you say. Okay. You dealing with a familiar spirit? Ecclesiastes says the dead know nothing.
That's right.
Nothing. When you die, that's it. Better get that devil out your eye. Go ahead.
Verse 32. Thou shalt rise up before the hoary head, and honor the face of the old man, and fear thy God. I am the Lord.
Have respect for the older people. When it said hoary gray people, the people that older, got gray. Have respect. You ain't got to sit up here and just go with what they say. You might not like what they're saying. Say, okay, brother, sister, all right, grandma, okay. And walk off. Leave it alone. Say, I'm gonna give her a piece of my mind. I'm gonna give him a... Now you being disrespectful. And God writing it down, he gonna open the books up and gonna say, oh, you ain't respect the hoary head, the great folk, the older people. You rising up in their face, disrespecting them. Okay. Go ahead.
And if a stranger sojourn with thee in your land, ye shall not vex him.
What do you mean a stranger? Meaning someone not of Israel. Just like our Israelite brothers on the street, how they vexing the white people. They going in on them. They just don't know why they're going to be judged harshly for this. They want to be a part of Israel. You know what they tell them? No, only Israel going to get saved. That don't make no sense. He said, I come for all kindreds, all nations. So they want to receive this and come under the banner of Israel. They can. They spiritual Israel. Go ahead.
But the stranger that dwelleth with you shall be unto you as one born among you.
Yes, sir.
And thou shalt love him as thyself. For ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God.
You're supposed to treat him just like you treat your brother of Israel. Not because he's white, or he's Arab, or he's African. No, I can't treat him like that. No, if you want to come under this law, you treat him the same. Or you treat her the same. Go ahead.
Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment.
Oh, I can judge? Keep showing y'all that you can judge. He said, don't do no unrighteous in judgment. Go ahead.
In Medior, in weight, or in measure.
So if you got a store of business and you make your money by weighing stuff, don't do unjustly weights. If you selling pecan, you go up there and you man say, oh, you got 100 pounds on here, you made a lot of money. Actually, you had 150 pounds. They took 50 of those. And they doing it. But we in the land of our captivity, we can't do nothing about it. They own it all. Go ahead.
Verse 36. Just balances, just weights.
What do you mean just balance? It should be set right, correctly, meaning that it don't supposed to weigh a whole lot less so you can make a whole lot more money if you owning this. If you own this company who's selling pecan, I'm using pecan for example. Owning pecan, your balance of your scale should be correct. Go ahead.
A just effort and a just hem
E5,
shall ye have. I am the Lord your God, which brought you out of the land of Egypt.
Go ahead.
Therefore shall ye observe all my statutes and all my judgments, and do them. I am the Lord.
You said what? Do it. So how you gonna do them? The preacher ain't giving them to you. It's so y'all first time hearing this stuff. Let's keep continuing. Leviticus chapter 15, verse 1. I'm just giving you a part one of the 600 some laws that I'm gonna try to complete. You can't go through them all. I have it here tomorrow. Leviticus chapter 15, we'll start at verse 1. It's dealing with the issue of blood. Men and women. Go ahead.
And the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when any man has a running issue out of his flesh, because of his issue he is unclean.
So we have a running issue, not just, I can't say it's solely blood, but blood, if you have like a sore or something running out your flesh that you can't contain, or you have an issue of blood, this is how you handle it. So you won't be unclean. Go ahead.
And this shall be his uncleanness and his issue, whether his flesh run with his issue, or his flesh be stopped from his issue. It is his uncleanness.
This is the issue. Now God want to make sure that he control diseases. That's all he's trying to say, control diseases. If you got something coming out your flesh that looking blood, pus, and all this stuff, you got to make sure you control this because you can pass it. That's why we got all this HIV going on. That's why we got all these syphilis, gonorrhea, all this stuff going on. Go ahead.
Verse 4, every bed whereon he lie that has the issue is unclean, and everything whereon he sitteth shall be unclean.
So you have an issue coming out of him, the bed is unclean. Everything loud is unclean. Now understand this, we in the land of our captivity. Do the best you can. Because everything around us is unclean. Everything, including the food, everything. So we just doing the best we can. If you can do it, do it. If you can't, hey, you try it. Go ahead.
And whosoever touches his bed shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water
Go ahead.
and be unclean until the evening.
This is how you do. You go wash yourself and wash your clothes, and then whenever at the evening time you'll become clean. If you come in contact with any type of blood or anything like that, same thing as for a woman on a menstrual cycle. Same exact thing. Go ahead.
Verse 6, and he that sitteth on anything wherein he sat that has the issue shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the evening.
It's always to the evening. When the sun go down, you clean then. Verse 8, go ahead.
And he that touches the flesh of him that has the issue shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the evening.
Okay, go ahead.
And if he that has the issue spit upon him that is clean.
Now we're dealing with this spit. You spit. The spit to come out your mouth. Go ahead.
Then he shall wash his clothes, bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. And what saddle soever he rideth upon that has the issue shall be unclean.
So if you spit on the saddle, wherever you put your spit at, it's unclean until the evening. Go ahead.
And whosoever touches anything that was under him shall be unclean until the evening. And he that beareth any of those things shall wash his clothes, bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening.
Now, if we keep these laws like this, you have so much of disease being cut down.
That's right.
It ain't clean right now. People ain't clean at all. Jump down to verse 13. Go ahead.
And when he that has an issue is clean of his issue, then he shall number to himself 7 days for his cleansing, and wash his clothes, and bathe his flesh in running water, and shall be clean.
So if he got an issue of blood coming out of his body or whatever coming out of his body, he's just like a woman on the side. He's 7 days, he got to carry this out. And on the 8th day, he become clean. This is anybody going through surgery or whatever. Whatever's going on with your body that's an issue, a blood issue, a pus issue, whatever that you can't control. This is how you handle it. These are the things that God wants us to make sure that we stay clean. Jump down to verse 16. Go ahead.
And if any man seeds of corpulation, seed of copulation, go out from him, then he shall wash all his flesh in water and be unclean until the evening.
It's talking about sexual intercourse. When a husband and wife come together, hey, see the corpulation, sperm come out you shall be unclean until the evening. You wash yourself, you shall get through. Man, this is how you handle yourself. Keep down diseases. Go ahead.
And every garment and every skin whereon is the seed of corpulation shall be washed with water and be unclean until the evening.
So everything that seed get on, you got to wash it. Cut down on these diseases. Go ahead.
The woman also with whom man shall lie with seed of corpulation, they shall both bathe themselves in water and be unclean until the evening.
You got to bathe yourself once y'all get through with husband and wife doing what you need to do. Sexually. Go ahead.
And if a woman have an issue, and her issue in her flesh be blood, she shall be put apart 7 days. Whosoever touches her shall be unclean until the evening.
This is talking about a woman on a menstrual cycle. This is how you handle that as a woman. It ain't no red light special. And most people would know from that song TLC. But anyway, for years I didn't know what they were talking about. But this is how a woman handle her monthly. So she shouldn't have no intercourse with her husband. She should be unclean for 7 days. You got to do this the best way you can. Because we don't live in the land of Israel where they had houses for women to go out and live in those houses for 7 days. We don't have them things. You got, for me, I got four women in the house living with me. So I'm the one that had to go live outside the house. This is the thing about it. We're doing the best we can, but we can't leave this unread.
That's right.
You can't leave it unread. So go ahead.
Verse 20. And everything that she lieth upon in her separation shall be unclean. Everything also that she sitteth upon shall be unclean.
This is how you handle it. Jump down to verse 24. Go ahead.
And if any man lie with her at all, and her flowers be upon her.
So if any man have sex with, I'm using husband and wife, having intercourse with a husband and wife, and a menstrual come on and get on him, he got to be unclean. This is how you handle it. Go ahead.
He shall be unclean 7 days, and all the bed whereon he lies shall be unclean.
For 7 days he shall be unclean, and the bed shall be unclean. Got to wash all that stuff. Go ahead.
And if a woman have an issue of her blood many days out of the time of her separation.
Now knowing her separation is 7 days. Now if it go past 7 days he's talking about, this is how you handle it. Go ahead.
Or if it run beyond time of her separation, all the days of the issue of her uncleanness shall be as the days of her separation. She shall be unclean.
So whenever her period or whatever she's dealing with, issue blood goes out, then you start to count 7 days. You know what I'm saying? Hope I'm explaining that right. Go ahead.
Every bed whereon she lieth, all the days of her issue shall be unto her as the bed of her separation. And whosoever she sitteth upon shall be unclean, as the uncleanness of her separation. And whosoever touches those things shall be unclean, and shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening.
This is how you handle it. As a woman and a man, of an issue of blood or whatever coming out their body. This is how you should handle it. So you can keep your household clean as possible. Jump down to verse 31. Go ahead.
Thus shall ye separate the children of Israel from their uncleanness, that they die not in their uncleanness, when they defile my tabernacle that is among them.
So you can die in your uncleanness, spiritually and physically. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure you're doing the right spiritually. Then physically, if you don't handle this blood issue, this issue of blood coming out your body, you can bring greater diseases upon you. This is why God set this law up, so it can keep you clean. You finished with that? Verse 33.
Okay.
I'm at 32. Go ahead.
This is the law of him that has an issue, and of him whose seed goeth from him, and is defiled therewith, and of her that is sick of her flowers, and of him that has an issue of the man, and of the woman, and of him that lieth with her that is unclean.
You're talking about sick of a flower, it's talking about her, the issue of menstrual cycle, and him that have an issue with every blood or whatnot. This is the law that you have to keep. So Israel have to know this so we can teach the nation. You have to know this as a woman, especially a woman, you teaching your girls. And a dude, if you got an issue going on with him, you got to teach your son. So we got to know these things. So let's go to Leviticus chapter 12.